built it when I was 15, drove it in high school. We're gonna get it fixed up after I got T-boned like a year and a half ago or something like that. I've already had a frame shop pull back out the doors and the frame and the chassis, or like the pan, if you will. And I got a new door for it. The old door's right there. You can see it. It's got a big bend in it from where I got hit. But that side of the car is pretty good. The paint is going to get redone by a buddy of mine, Emilio. He's going to do the paint again. It'll look the same, but probably just way better because he's doing it. And this car was painted 10 years ago. It has no clear coat. It looks dirty now, but when it was clean, it looked pretty good. Red interior is probably going to go back in the car because it's still good. Why not? And you may notice that this is not an intake manifold for a 1965 Bug. No. Back here. And again, go to the door. I'm going to get that all repainted and fixed up. Shaved back down. We have a K20 out of a 2004 Honda Type S. Or SI, not Type S. SI. With a Kennedy Engineering Products adapter plate. And yeah, we got our wiring harness. We got all that good stuff. We got our fuel system. And it's just a matter of putting it all together now. So we're gonna start with getting the motor up and running and probably driving around just a little bit, before sending it off to paint and things like that. You gotta cut out a hole in the 60s cars, and we actually have to cut even more so, but it's okay. We got to route some piping back there anyway, so we need the space. Oh, you also need to cut this apron out. As you can see, I've cut the apron out. Tried to do the best job I could with a nice little cut-off wheel and grinder, so I thought it came out decent. Me and a buddy of mine actually were able to just kind of walk this motor in when you do that. And if you want it even easier, you can actually cut this off and probably like Zeus it on there or something like that. We're gonna do some kind of motor mount support, probably off the side of the car into the engine. These motors make like 100 and plus horsepower from factory, like right off, like to the crank. They make 150 plus horsepower at the least. But the Volkswagen transmissions aren't really designed to do that, especially the swing axles. Mine's upgraded from right gearbox out of California. This transmission's been in the car for like 7 or 8 years. That's pretty much it though. I mean, the car's pretty much stock other than that. We're running a Honda K Pro, picked that up last night. Got a screaming deal on it. Shout out to that guy. I appreciate you, man. You're super cool. If you look in the car, you can see that the car's pretty much stock when you look on it that side. There's a radio, but that's it. This is how the car's always looked. Well, and then plus had to take out some carpet. Because one thing that this car never had, but will have, is a radiator. I know, sacrilegious. Can't believe I'd do something like that, but I have to get a flashlight for you guys. In order to do that, I cut basically a rectangle missing a side. I had an F-body Camaro and I had a C5 Corvette. I worked on a little bit, and I thought the design that they had with having no front fascia, especially being a Bug guy, because I've had the car for a long time, I'm always thinking about different things or how to engine swap it, or because if you guys don't know, Volkswagen engines, they're just expensive to build when you want horsepower. And I may not be a horsepower junkie, I may not be going for 1,000 horsepower, but what I do like is reliable, safe horsepower. I was definitely not going to go rotary. That's all I'll say about that. And again, reliable. When you think about reliability, I can't think of another car besides Toyota other than Honda. So anyway, this thing fits so nice in here. Why? Because I measured once before I cut No, I'm just kidding. It just so happened to work out really well. I'm really glad I found this radiator. In here, I still have to do some trimming on the tabs, the Weldon tabs, but a radiator in a bug, how cool. Oh wait, stock tank is going back in it with weld-on bungs, obviously, because I have to run an actual fuel system, not some mechanical pump. Well, it needs a new bumper, so the stuff like that I'll take care of after the engine's all done. We'll send the car to Emilio, he'll paint it, and I guess that's it. All right, so for the most part, we've got the radiator in the position to be mounted up. If you guys look right here, there's these tabs. We're gonna essentially put a bushing in between here and a big bolt on both sides. That's pretty much it for that. Still need to order those fans. I didn't order them yesterday when I placed my last order for parts, which I thought was going to be my last order. It's never the last order. We've got most of the like protective gasketing for the lines put on. It's mainly just fuel hose that I've cut down or cut a line down and then put it around the edges. And come back here. For the most part, most of this stuff is done. I don't have the right alternator, so I'm gonna have to get the right alternator. I don't know what that's off of, but it's not off the right car. Kyle told me that I got the wrong one, or that was the wrong one. The harness is pretty much laid where it's gonna be. Waiting on some sensors from Daniel to see if he hopefully has some. If not, I'm gonna get those. The fuel line is for the most part finished up. Got to get some fittings for the fuel rail. So parts, are always a big piece of the puzzle. You buy some and then you don't have everything you need, so you kind of have to go back and forth and back and forth. But for the most part, yeah, that's a lot of it's getting done. The fuel system's all done. It's underneath the car. You really can't see it, but it is in there. The fuel pump, the fuel filter are all tucked up underneath, as well as the electric water pump for our electric water pump housing and everything. The wiring on the car's done as far as like getting the K series harness to communicate with the car. And I'll show you guys that right now. Also, this is my microphone. Uh, so when you come in here, oh gosh, it's really tight. But when you come in here, you'll see that all the wiring for the K Pro is pretty much completed. We have our K series K20 harness right here. That's all ran to the car. This is some tail light wiring. This is our fuel pump wire that has to be hooked up. And then these are for our gauges and fans. But the relay array is installed. The OBD2 port is installed right here. And all the wires that are being sent to the ECU from the car, as far as key on power and accessory power, are done. Oh, and starter. So, yeah, that's all good. Okay, so that's pretty much the updates on the car. Oh yeah, we took the hood off just because it's easier to get to the front like that. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully the car should be started in the next week. I know that's crazy. It just seems like a lot of work, but it's really not that much work. It's just time and more money and parts. But no biggie, you know. Cool. That's it. Thanks.